What's up, Aquarius? Welcome to your December general reading. This is going to be for you, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs, but of course, it's not going to resonate with all of you guys, so definitely check out your other placements. I'm really excited to do this reading for you. This is really powerful stuff. You've got some heavy-hitting cards. You've got a lot that talks about faith and being optimistic, whether this is in terms of your career life or this is in terms of your personal life. But you're definitely at a place where there's a lot of new beginnings happening. And this is really, really good, great in time for the new year, okay? So we are in Sagittarius season, which is definitely connected to that ninth house energy. So collectively, we're all kind of really taking a deeper look into our personal beliefs and our philosophies. Maybe some of us are considering travel. Maybe some of us are considering, higher levels of learning, maybe picking up a trade, that type of thing. But for you guys, we are in 11th house energy, which is great because you guys are connected to 11th house energy, right? So 11th house energy has all to do with like friends, your groups, society, your goals and aspirations, your gains, your community efforts, all those things. And then we are also going to have some attention being shown on your fifth house energy of creativity, romance, play, and children whenever we have the Gemini full moon coming up here, right? So this is probably going to be a pretty social time for you guys. It's quite possible. Today on the 13th, we also have Mercury moving to Capricorn and Mars moving to Sagittarius. So that's going to be affecting your 12th and 11th house. Again, more energy and put in terms of your friends and your social circles, your aspirations, your long-term goals, that type of thing, which is really, really good. And I want you guys to really be mindful while Mercury is in Capricorn of the communication that you have, maybe slowing down, paying attention, because I do feel like you guys will be getting a lot of communication in terms of like aha moments, like just little revelations, or seeing a lot of repetitive numbers. You might be seeing the 222s or the 1111s, that type of thing. But I feel like there's going to be messages coming to you in that type of a way. Also, pay close attention to your dreams. I would definitely keep a journal at this time, just because 12th house energy does have a lot to do with the spiritual world. It does have a lot to do with the dreams. And since Mercury is going to be in your 12th house, you might be getting a lot of your aha moments or your, spiritual downloads in the dream state. So be mindful of that. I also want to point out the fact that later on in the month, on the 29th, Jupiter will be moving to Pisces, which is like great for you guys because this is going to be affecting your second house, right? Second house is all about value. It's all about money. It's all about the material gain and wealth and health, right? So there's a lot to be said in terms of that. Now, you do have a 10 of Pentacles here. You do have an Ace of Pentacles here. So I do feel like you have an opportunity for making money. I do feel like there's some special attention being shown on planting new seeds and things with your family too, okay? So you guys have the Ace of Pentacles, which is the unseen energy. So again, this is the planting of the seed. I love the Ace of Pentacles because this is solid. No matter what it is, whether we're talking about money, we're talking about career, we're talking about relationships, whatever, we know that it's going to be something that's solid, right? So you guys are getting some new opportunities this month, which is going to help you build your legacy. And I think that that's really something that's important and on the top of your minds right now, because you've also got the World card and the 10 of Pentacles, which is how the reading starts out. I love to see these two together. The World is about a completion, is about, overcoming and leveling up in a certain type of way. This also does have to do with travel, right? So some of you guys might be traveling or planning some trips at this time. Again, we are in Sagittarius season, which is connected to travel. But the World card in particular is actually connected to that Saturn energy, which we'll be going into on the 21st, whenever the sun moves into Capricorn, right? Because Saturn is Capricorn's ruler. Now, with Saturn, or this World card showing up here, this is about, like I said, the leveling up. It is about success. But, Saturn is also that planet that really has a lot to do with laws and structures, foundations, and like limitations and boundaries. I do feel like things are going to be broadening up and opening up though for you, because you actually have the Ten of Pentacles, which is clarifying it. So it's almost as if things are going to be expanding for you. Money's going to be expanding, opportunities expanding. These are all really, 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 really great things, especially for those of you guys who have been lately thinking long term about what it is that you really, really want. Now, we've got Venus retrograde happening too, and that's going to be starting on December 19th. And it's also going to be retrograding in Capricorn. So that's also going to be making us kind of pay close attention to what we want, the bigger picture. You know, are things making sense in the long run? There's a lot of investments and things that people are trying to make at this time in order to push them forward in the long run, okay? Now you've got the Two of Cups here. So some of you guys are making some important connections. I love to see the Two of Cups, because even if we're talking about a friendship, we're talking about a balanced connection. Now, generally, Two of Cups has to do with a love type union, and it's showing that there's balance and reciprocity here. So for those of you guys who have been struggling, feeling like, you know, this dating life, this single life is not for you, it feels like you could have someone significant coming in this month. Now, I would be careful, because that Venus retrograde, you don't want to just like hop into a relationship with someone brand new or anything, but there's definitely going to be people that give you a sense of, wow, this is really nice, reciprocity. Again, your 11th house is definitely being lit up. So this could be in terms of friendships, but I feel like this is something deeper than that. You got the Queen of Pentacles here. So this is earth energy, you know, Virgo, Capricorn, or what's the other one? Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus. But she's, out of all the mothers, I feel like she's the mother that can do it all. She can kind of take on everything. She's super grounded, down to earth. She takes the kids to practice. She cooks, she cleans, she makes her own money as well. Like, she's very much connected. It's interesting because in this deck, this Queen of Pentacles is pregnant. So this could even be expansion of family with that Saturn card that's coming out, and with this Ten of Pentacles and this Two of Cups. But there's some big things that are happening, especially for you guys in terms of home and in terms of your monies. And for some of you guys, intimate relationships. And for some of you guys, this could even be expansion of, again, your friend groups. Maybe you guys are putting yourselves out there, meeting new people, investing in new type things. This is really, really, really good energy. Now, in the past, you got the Death card, which is connected to Scorpio energy. Maybe some of you guys have dealt with this Scorpio. Maybe you have some Scorpio placements. But it's interesting because we actually just came out of Scorpio season, which is all about death and transformation and rebirth. Now, Scorpio season was a lot for everybody, and it usually is, just because it's Scorpio energy, right? But because we had those eclipses too, there were a lot of things that were eclipsed out and brought in, right? Now, you've got the Six of Wands card that's clarifying this Death card. So whatever it is that ended at this time, and I've been telling people this ever since, you know, the start of Scorpio season. Whenever it's Scorpio season and there are big things happening, big shifts happening, people coming in and out of your lives, it's probably meant to be, right? Scorpio, along with, you know, that kind of Saturn energy of boundaries. Scorpio's big on boundaries. And so there was something that was cut out or something that was deaded. What I will say is death doesn't happen like sporadically. It doesn't come out of nowhere. Death is something you absolutely see coming. So some of you guys, there's an end of something, but it's honestly for the better. This could have affected your money in a great way. This could affect just you overall, right? Because Nine of Pentacles card is about someone who takes good care of themselves. They are set financially, emotionally, whatever. They have all the things. They don't need someone. So there was something that some of you guys might have lost or walked away from, Aquarius, that actually brought on another level of independence, which for you guys is great, because Aquarius like to be independent. You are air. We like to flow. We don't like to like feel tied down to anything, but it's something like, I almost feel like something died that almost lets you breathe again, right? It's like, it's letting you breathe so you can kind of recalibrate and figure out what it is that you want. Loves it. Now with this Death card that just happened, in the near future, you've got the Fool card. So this requires a leap of faith, right? Again, there's a lot of cards here that kind of speak to faith. That you got the Fool, and then you've got some oracle cards, which we'll get into in a moment, that kind of talk about, you know, needing to stay optimistic or keeping your faith, right? The Fool, like a lot of cards in the tarot, has, you know, everything to do with new beginnings. But the biggest key about the Fool and what sets it apart is it does imply that it may require you to feel a little bit of discomfort for a second in order to get the blessings that you actually really, really want. Again, there's travel here. Whenever I see the death card, or whenever I see any card with horses, I think of travel. The world definitely talks about travel. The Fool talks about travel, right? This is the Fool's journey. You've got the Wheel of Fortune. So you've got the World and the Wheel of Fortune. There's some huge cycles, opening and closing, or closing and opening, I should say, which are really, 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 really good. And again, it's going to be good for your finances. There's going to be a huge upgrade with finances. There might even be some bonuses that you guys are getting at the end of the year, which is really, really great. I'm seeing it come in as that. Ooh, we got that Queen of Pentacles showing up again underneath the Ten of Pentacles. There's expansion of family and expansion of finances that I see for the bulk of you at this time, okay? Now, Two of Wands is here. Now, really, really interesting. The last two cards you got a Two of Wands and you also got a Two of Swords. Two twos, right? Oh, and you got a Two of Cups. So you got three twos. Didn't I say in the beginning of the video, maybe you've been seeing 222? Can't make this shit up. But Two of Wands is about making a decision, right? It's about making plans, you know. Wands, excuse me, are action. They talk about action. They talk about doing. They talk, you know, they're connected to fire energy. And so when we see a Two of Wands, this is someone who's planning out or taking the steps needed in order to do something. Now, what it usually implies is that there's something new, right? There's a new option and it feels like this person's going to go with the new option, because in the Two of Wands, you've got the two wands, you've got the one wand that is planted into the ground, and then you've got the one wand that the person's actually holding with the globe, looking out into the world and like trying to decipher all that, right? So it feels like there's a decision between something old and new. It feels like you guys are going to go new, or at least want to go new, but there is a struggle too, because after that, you still have this Two of Swords. So this is like, okay, girl, y'all been deciding for a minute. Now you come to the point where there's a fork in the road and like a decision has to be made. But it feels like you guys want to lean to something new. I don't know if for some of you guys this is a clarity thing in order to make this decision. I don't know if this is just you're having a hard time deciding. I don't know if this is like between two people, you don't want to hurt a feeling. But if there's been something you've been holding back on, Aquarius, it's going to require you to make a decision. And I think that this has a lot to do with the Venus retrograde coming up. Venus retrograde has a way of showing us where the holes are. It has a way of showing us what doesn't work for us, what doesn't feel good emotionally. It has a way of showing us what we're not open to and what doesn't fly. And it's not only just in romantic relationships, right? It really shows us what works for us. And so I think a lot of you guys want to try something new. Some of you guys are actually considering moving for work opportunities. You've got the King of Pentacles here. So there is money to be had, or a great opportunity coming your way if you're willing to take a step. And that leap and that step may just involve you actually physically moving your residence. Now, a Two of Swords here. Let's clarify what this is about. Again, that's that fork in the road. That's when it's hard for us to make a decision. We might be overthinking something. Sorry, hold on. You got the Star card. This is your card, Aquarius, right? This is about hope and healing. This is about being seen. This is about being on top. This is about dreams coming true. But then you've also got the Deception card of Seven of Swords, which is interesting. Who was I talking to? Aries. Aries also got this card in their reading, and it felt like it played a very big role in their reading. So if you have any Aries placements, I would probably watch their reading as well, because it felt like they just, there was someone around them who, not that they needed to go out of their way to get the truth from, but there was going to be some extra information. Now for you guys, this might be the same thing in terms of, in order to make this decision, you're waiting on this piece of information. Right? There's something that you're waiting to come in. It could be from an Aquarius again, especially because there's a lot of air. So if you are dealing with another Aquarius, that could be it. But honestly, this could be with you. Are there things that you're lying to yourself about? You know, in terms of, if this is like a decision, like let's go with the moving to like further your career example, right? Let's say that, you know, you've been thinking about doing something new. You've been thinking about moving residence. if there's certain fears or certain things that are holding you back, I think that at this time, it's kind of the best thing you could do is try to gain clarity of like, why am I feeling like this? What is the real thing? Is this a valid fear, or or am I, like, I think there's something about getting to the bottom of certain feelings that you're having this month. You can get a lot of healing and a lot of answers from it. There's something about being honest with yourself because, a lot of times with this deception card of Seven of Swords, it can be about deception. It can be about someone lying. It can be about someone being sneaky, but it can be about someone like kind of wearing that false mask. Have you been trying to appear as though things are okay for some time, but really they're not, and you're feeling trapped and you want to move or you want to expand or you want to, these are things that are coming to the surface. And I think that Venus in retrograde really, really brings it out. Regardless, though, it feels like if there's something that you've been shooting for, something that you've been trying to work towards, you can have it. It's gonna require, there's something about this piece that might require a little bit of discomfort, or you stepping out of your normal role in order to get what it is that you want. Movement might also be important, okay? Now, you've got two of these cards that came out, so we take them both. You got the key to prayer is to forget what I think I need, right? The key to prayer is to forget what I think I need, right? And you've also got the more energy and intention I bring to my faith, the more fearless and free I am. Boom. Okay. Along with that, you've got dreams of abundance. It says, as you sleep, God, your angels, and your higher self are giving you divinely guided ideas, answers, and solutions. Remember, I told you pay attention to your dreams. Please be sure to record your dreams in a journal because they contain valuable insights that will help you manifest your desires into reality. I know that's right. And then stay optimistic about your love life, whether you are single or in a relationship. If you're in a relationship and things have been a little bit rocky, stay optimistic. Venus retrograde can bring a little bit of a weird spin on things because it can make things a little bit more stagnant or just feel like you're not as connected with your partner. If that's the case, stay optimistic. I wouldn't make any huge plans, while Venus is retrograde, not any huge plans to jump into a relationship or to jump out of one unless like the person's just god awful and you need to get away. But stay optimistic. If you are single, stay optimistic. Positive thinking will bring you what it is that you want. It says positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. So stay optimistic either way about your love life at this time, because again, Venus retrograde can kind of rock the boat and have you thinking all sorts of like ill shit because it's like, whoa, what's going on? Yeah, that's what I have for you guys. I think this is a great reading. I think there's a lot to be excited about. Some of you guys have something really, really big coming in, but it's big, or it's important for you to really look at the fears and kind of gauge it and make the best decision for yourself, okay? You guys got money coming your way. You got abundance coming your way. You got new opportunities coming your way, and possibly new love. So I hope that this helped, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye, Aquarius.